In the grand theater of football, few names evoke the same mixture of awe, elegance, and tragedy as Marco van Basten. He was more than just a striker, he was poetry in motion, a player who redefined grace on the pitch while delivering goals with surgical precision. A star is born. Marco van Basten was born on October 31st, 1964 in Utrecht, Netherlands. From an early age, it was clear that he was different, a natural athlete with a unique understanding of space, timing, and technique. He began his football journey at a local club, EDO, before moving to Linkwijk and eventually catching the attention of Dutch giants Ajax. The rise at Ajax. In 1981, at just 16 years old, Van Basten joined Ajax's youth academy. By April 1982, he made his senior debut, replacing none other than Johan Cruyff. The symbolism wasn't lost on anyone. Under Cruyff's influence, Ajax's system nurtured Van Basten's creative intelligence and striking instincts. Over the next 5 seasons, Van Basten was unstoppable. He scored 128 goals in 133 appearances, nearly a goal per game. He was the Eredivisie's top scorer for 4 consecutive seasons and won the European Golden Boot in 1986. His goals weren't just plentiful, they were exquisite. Volleys from impossible angles, delicate chips, towering headers, and strikes that seemed to defy physics. The move to Milan. In 1987, AC Milan came calling. The Italian club, under the ambitious ownership of Silvio Berlusconi and the management of Arrigo Sacchi, was assembling a squad to conquer Europe. Along with fellow Dutchmen Ruud Gullit and Frank Rijkaard, Van Basten became a symbol of Milan's rebirth. Serie was the most competitive and defensive league in the world at the time, yet Van Basten thrived. His intelligence, movement, and technical brilliance allowed him to flourish even under intense pressure from the world's best defenders. Glory at Euro 1988. Van Basten's international breakthrough came at UEFA Euro 1988 in West Germany. After being left on the bench in the first game, he exploded onto the tournament. He scored a hat-trick against England, the winning goal in the semi-final against West Germany, and then, in the final against the Soviet Union, he scored what is widely considered one of the greatest goals in football history. A thunderous volley from an impossible angle that sealed a 2-0 victory and gave the Netherlands their first ever major international title. He finished as the tournament's top scorer and was named player of the tournament. That summer, he became a legend. The Milan dynasty. Back at Milan, Van Basten was the spearhead of a team that dominated Europe. With him leading the line, Milan won the European Cup, now the Champions League, in 1989 and 1990. He was unplayable, scoring crucial goals in big games with a calmness and style that made even the most hardened defenders look helpless. He was awarded the Ballon d'Or 3 times, in 1988, 1989, and 1992, placing him among the greatest players in history. The tragic fall. But behind the glory, Van Basten's body was betraying him. His ankles, subjected to relentless tackles and brutal defending, began to deteriorate. Despite multiple surgeries and long rehabilitation periods, the pain persisted. His last competitive match was in 1993, at the age of just 28. He attempted a 2-year recovery, but ultimately accepted defeat. In 1995, Marco van Basten officially retired from football at the age of 30, far too soon for a player of his genius. His farewell, held at the San Siro, was emotional and symbolic. A career that had promised so much had been cruelly cut short. But even in that short time, he had achieved what most players never do in a lifetime. After retiring, Van Basten initially stayed away from the game, focusing on his health and family. Later, he returned to football and coaching roles, managing the Dutch national team, Ajax, and other clubs. Though his coaching career never reached the heights of his playing days, he remained a respected voice in football and later worked with FIFA to help improve the game. Legacy. Marco van Basten's legacy is eternal. He wasn't just a goal scorer, he was an artist. His movements were elegant, his finishing clinical, and his football intelligence unmatched. He made the difficult look effortless. Though his career was tragically brief, the moments he created still live on in highlight reels and the hearts of fans. In the end, Marco van Basten was like a shooting star.